There we go. Now the sound should be working.
Oh, now echo.
Oh, yeah, because that's on the TV. Adriano, can you turn the volume on the TV down? Where's the remote control? Sorry. Now that there's an echo. There is sound now, right? I'm sure.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
I'm doing deaf. That's the new name of the show. It should be somewhere. Is the remote control over by him?
Let's see.
This is absolute madness. The remote control should be on the desk. What are we looking for? No Context is going to have a ball with this.
Is it on the chair?
Jesus, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Is it in your pocket?
It's in my pocket. The remote was in my pocket. Okay, so the sound should be going, and we fixed that. That's what I got to remember. On the ATEM, when we need the sound, we have to turn it on the thing.
We are a young show. We're
not. We just don't do lives.
Yeah, we're a young live stream.
We should do it. Yeah,
we actually. I mean, it would be great if we can go live once a week.
It could be. Yeah. That could be good.
I could do once a week in the evening instead of during the day.
Yeah?
It actually might be a little bit better.
Is that easier?
It might be a little bit easier, actually.
Okay, upcoming guests, right? So we have Bo, this kid Bo, who's been going out in the streets and kind of...
He's funny.
Being super based at protests and stuff like that. He's going to be coming on next week. Who else do we have? Do we have anyone else lined up?
I don't think we have anyone else at the moment.
And before, because I was muted, go to sonorandefense.com. Get some cool stippling work done on your Glocks and your CZs. Get some cool accessories. Get some magazines with some pretty cool imagery on it, or even your name. I'm sure they do custom stuff. So yeah, go check them out, sonorandefense.com. Now we can get into the actual show.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as who that we're having on.
So we don't have any more guests other than Bo, do we?
No.
Is there anyone else local that we can...
No, I don't want to keep on bringing on the same people that are local.
Yeah, we're going to... I mean, I don't know if there's anyone else. Oh, Amanda Ensing. She's local.
Okay, Amanda Ensing.
I'm meeting her for lunch tomorrow, so I'll ask her what her dates are like.
Okay, cool. Do you guys see what I'm wearing? I'm actually wearing I'm Doing Great merch that is soon to come out. Let's see if we can get a look at it. Hold on real quick.
Wow. Equality is a false god.
Equality is a false god hoodie. This is actually... This is the sample... The text is going to be a little bit bigger. I didn't want to overwhelm you with giant text on a hoodie because no one ever really wants that. But this is actually this is a very soft hoodie.
This one's a little small on you, but I'm sure
No, it's actually the perfect size.
Is it?
Yeah. So
you don't feel a little bit constricted
hoodies,
in it?
No. So, hoodies stretch also. It's 100% cotton, so it's only going to stretch. So hoodies I like not oversized. I don't like oversized hoodie because then I feel like 10-year-old me who was into Jay-Z, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like a really bad time in my fashion sort of life. So you don't want to go oversized with the hoodie. It fits and it will stretch out. So this was actually an extra small. I could probably get away with the small. Probably do good. Yeah. But when you wash it, it shrinks a little bit. But when you put it back on, it gets bigger again.
I like an oversized crew neck.
Yeah, crew necks are different. Hoodies, you have extra material back here, so you don't want to look like a freaking midget in a giant sweatshirt.
That's right.
So yeah, equality is a false god. That's going to be
That's our most viewed clip on TikTok, 1.5 million.
Oh, really?
1.5 million. Yep. That's the one where they called me Andrea Tate.
Yeah.
But they say any...
It's so dumb now because people who are just finding Andrew Tate are like, wow, this girl gets a lot of her stuff from Andrew Tate. Like, no, she's been saying this forever.
Yeah, it's like...
You guys are new to the game.
Yeah.
Also, there is another cool piece of merch that I'm wearing underneath this hoodie.
Yeah, show it.
The smokers in the Grateful Nation will appreciate it. I'll show it. Describe what you're seeing.
So I really love this one because it's such a throwback. Look at that. Yeah. I'm doing great.
Get some Newports.
Newports. I almost said Parliament.
100% menthol cigarettes.
I mean, I used to love Newports.
Cool. And actually, this T-shirt is super soft. It's going to be really great.
Do you ever smoke Newports?
I used to, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day I did.
Yeah, back in the day I used to smoke Newports.
You like Parliaments?
I smoked Parliaments up until recently. I probably haven't smoked regularly. And oh man, maybe about 6 months or so. But even it wasn't even really regularly. It was only on the golf course.
Right.
And then maybe a couple at home on the back porch if I was stressed or anything like that. A lot of that when the baby was like 6 months old, and you're just like,
I have maybe a controversial take on tobacco.
When does the Joey merch come out?
Oh
Team
my
Joey.
gosh.
Who's that? Oh, is that your cat?
The cat. We should make some Joey merch.
Well, the fact that I had to ask who that was. New words.
Joey merch would be great because he just always
Dylan
looks...
says menthol is not a cigarette.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Okay.
We should get into the retarded comment of the day because that's what put it in my mind. Yeah. No, that's not the one.
Oh, you have one saved.
Newports are cigarettes. There are things called menthol cigarettes. They're just mint flavored cigarettes. That's all they are. Not mint flavored, but
menthol. Yeah.
Menthol.
I mean, yeah.
Is menthol a cigarette? Is a menthol a type of cigarette? Dylan.
Is menthol a cigarette? Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Camels are good. Camel Blues. They smoke Marlboro. What was it? Marlboro 52s or Marlboro 57s, I think.
I don't think I've had
They were
those.
the
I used to
slightly
like
smaller cigarette that had very much of an oaky aftertaste. I enjoyed that a lot.
I used to miss just rolling the tobacco
Speaking of merch,
back in the day.
I found that we could do slides. They have slides that we can print on. So if we want to do slides,
Yes.
Carly said we should do hose mad. So on one it says hose and on the other one it says mad. So comment below if you guys want the hose mad indoor slides.
I want that.
We could do that.
I want
Yeah.
that.
You want to do that?
My
I
new
thought
house
more of a thing
slippers.
for spring. Or should we just do that for
Well, I
fall?
guess
Because
that's-
our initial drop is going to be fall. That's why
Right.
we have the hoodies and stuff.
Right.
Are
Are we going to do beanies for winter?
Yeah, we'll do a beanie maybe.
Okay.
So this is what we've got going on for the merch release, which will probably happen in maybe a week and a half. We've got the I'm Doing Great logo t-shirt. We've got this t-shirt that I'm wearing now.
Right.
We've got a couple of other t-shirts that I don't want to say just because I'd rather just have people see them. We've got the one that I wore on didn't I wear this? Oh, on Elijah's show.
I wore one on Elijah's show too.
You wore a hose mad. I'm nixing that one.
Oh, you are?
I'm nixing that one.
Okay.
We got the Citizens of the Grateful Nation long sleeve t-shirt that I think looks
like
really
that
cool
one a
with a
lot.
big cross on the back.
That's a
We've
cool
got
one.
some baby merch.
Yep.
We've got some toddler merch.
Yep.
Stickers. There's a mug. There's an I'm Doing Great mug that's coming out. And then
Mm-hmm.
for the ladies specifically, because ladies, you can get unisex t-shirts. But we have a cropped sweatshirt and then a cropped hoodie coming out for you guys. And funnily enough, I think the lady stuff costs more.
So that is the patriarchy right there.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
funny too. It costs more and it's less material.
Right. Women do always complain that their items are more expensive.
Yeah, and it's also like doing it with merch, and I worked in menswear for a long time, not on this side of it, but like designing our merch, you see the cost of things.
Yeah.
Like right now we're doing it in a very like cost-effective way for us, but when we start expanding, I want to do like really like hand-done, screen-printed, like less quantity sort of stuff,
Right.
but like higher-end stuff, kind of,
very
yeah.
nice.
Like, oh, they only made 25 of these.
Very exclusive.
Yeah, very exclusive.
Very exclusive.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do.
That's exciting. I'm very excited.
So yeah, so can we just go into before we get into questions that you guys remember? Listen, send super chats. It's really one of the ways to get your question noticed. We're talking with you, we're hanging out with you. The reason why we're doing this is because we're on the road to 100,000 by the end of the year, but we are quickly approaching
50K.
20,000. Oh yeah, 50K, right?
50K by the end of the
We
year.
are quickly approaching 20,000 subscribers on YouTube now. I
We're
think
like 100 away.
no, less than that. But I don't want to say it because then we're just going to have a bunch of
People
contrarians,
unfollow.
unsub just to do it. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. So if you haven't subscribed to us, please subscribe now. I've noticed and I showed Adriano this on a lot of our shorts, especially the ones that have hundreds of thousands of views, less than 1% of the people who have viewed those shorts are subscribed to us. So we've got almost 500,000 people watching these videos who aren't subscribed to us. So come on, guys. Get with it.
Smash that follow
Smash that
button.
subscribe button.
Yeah, subscribe. Sub.
Smash that sub. I think you should do it.
Smash
And
that
Tyrone
sub.
wants you to too. Tyrone wants you to
Tyrese.
sub. Oh, why do I have my water all the way over there? Let's get into the retarded comment of the day because
yeah, I haven't
it
heard
has
this
to do
yet.
with you in a way. So it was, remember that video that you put out that was like, should women be able to do exactly what men do? Remember that? It's when women
Yes, the
scream for
nipples.
equality. Yeah. Basically, I believe what that video summed up was just women want equality of outcome. They don't want to do the same things. They just want the same outcome.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In certain categories. Yeah. Only the categories they want equality in.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I had a real genius reach out, and I was a little bit sympathetic at first. I was like, maybe this guy, English is a third or second language. Maybe he just doesn't understand what we're saying. But I have to get into his comment because it was absolutely ridiculous. It might hurt a lot of brain cells.
Okay.
In here. So let me get to it first.
Let's hear it. I have, while you're looking for that, I have the U.S. Open match, the live matches on my screen.
Yeah, so Gina's watching tennis while we're on the road to 20,000, so who knows? Let's get us there.
I would actually one day, I mean, I can do this solo too. I want to do an episode on tennis. I want to explain why tennis is one of the greatest sports to watch. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm not going to out this guy. I won't give his full name. His first name is a longer version of Ben. So he says, this is such a childish mentality. Feeble minds, I guess. The issue with this reasoning is that most people don't want to do sanitation. So why should you fight for something that most people don't want to do? If more women wanted to be sanitation workers, then yeah, I'd say let them. But again, most people don't want to be sanitation workers. She's just feeding the trolls. I feel bad when I see women like this feeding into BS rationale. But I don't blame her. If she doesn't at least pretend to be for men, they'll eat her alive. To which I replied, wow, you missed the point.
Eat me alive?
Yeah.
So if you
don't pretend to be for men, they'll eat you alive.
They'll eat me alive.
Yeah. So he then replied, explain the point. I'm comfortable with the idea that I'm ignorant on certain subjects, so if you can, please enlighten me. What is the point I miss entirely? What could be so deep that seemingly everyone here got but me? To which I said, the point was, the loudest voices continually call for, quote, equality of outcome, yet none put in the effort or better have no interest in pursuing the same jobs, careers that men do. So your point being, quote, not every woman wants to work sanitation is somewhat true, but the mainstream narrative disagrees with you in that not necessarily that women want to work the same jobs, but that they should earn the same. For example, a feminist first grade teacher cries that she should be paid as much as a 10-year union member electrician.
Right.
Does that help clear it up? Then Ben says, I mean, I get what the misinformed think now. Like, they strawman an argument because they disagree. Everything you said just goes to show what I meant. So what if they don't pursue the same careers? That's like me being an Uber driver, and all of y'all agree that because I want to get paid more, I should sign up to be a trucker, because those guys drive in extreme conditions.
This guy's
and
not
if I
okay.
really wanted to get paid more, I'd be a trucker. But I don't want to be a trucker. So what does that have to do with anything? All teachers want to get paid more, so what does a feminist first grade teacher have to do with anything? And nobody thinks a teacher should be paid as much as a 10-year electrician unless other countries are paying the same, in which case it has nothing to do with delusion, but rather seeing that is possible. But that's why I said strawman. You hear one thing that fits your narrative, and you formulate an argument around it that is essentially mostly irrelevant.
He's not even
so I said, we're not strawmanning. I said, you're doing that.
Yeah,
I said, that's what you're doing. He says, how? Again, please enlighten me. At this point, you're just deflecting. This ends very soon. So I said, not deflecting at all. We made the point and clarified it. We're saying that women don't follow the same career paths as men, but want the same pay. All you're saying is, quote, but what if they don't want to? Yes, that's our point. That's the point. And then he replied with his last comment, it makes zero sense. Zero. Women want the same pay for the same jobs. And y'all are arguing if y'all want the same pay, get this job you don't want. And what, y'all pay them the same to do that job? Why not pay them the same for the job they already have and are arguing about it in the first place? Because it's not worth the same. That's what we're saying. He just said that first grade teachers shouldn't be paid as the same as electricians do. He just said that. So this point doesn't make any sense. Again, it's like me saying as an Uber driver, I want to get paid more. I know it's possible because Lyft gets paid more. And all y'all are saying, if you want more money to become a truck driver because you really wanted more pay, you would do a more extreme job. What do truckers have to do with rideshare? Yet y'all are seeing some groundbreaking argument. It's baffling. So
do you think he orders frappuccinos when he goes to
maybe.
Starbucks?
I said, I just replied with, what are you, retarded? And I went back to see if he replied, and YouTube took that down. Either he reported it or he took it down. So I said, we'll talk about this on the live stream tonight. My guy, if you were having a conversation with us and you said, hey, I drive for Uber, but Lyft pays more, I wouldn't tell you to become a fucking truck driver. I say, why don't you go drive for Lyft? Like, you're doing the same thing. Basically, what I'm saying is if Uber paid, let's say, an average salary of $78 an hour, right? And some feminist woman working in a low-level PR position at a magazine got paid $25 an hour. And the feminist thinks, well, I should get paid the same as that man who's driving that Uber. And we're saying, well, no. Well, no, because that's not the job. This is what this job pays. You're not doing this job.
Right.
So you can't demand to have the same outcome as this person because you're not working that job. That's basically what we're saying. And then also the argument would be, well, 90% of women don't pursue this field in Uber drivers.
Right.
Does that you're looking confused? Basically, what I'm saying.
I'm confused by what you just said.
Think of Uber drivers as electricians. Okay, most electricians are male. There are very few female electricians out there,
like
right?
plumbers, right?
Right. So I would just say that this guy is talking about Uber and Lyft. It's the same field. Mm-hmm. One company just happens to pay more. I don't know if that's true or not. Now he's talking about Uber and truck driving.
Yeah.
There are a multitude of different things you have to do to become a truck driver. You have to have a license. You have to know how to operate the freaking truck. There's a bunch of things that you have to be willing to do to become a truck driver.
Right.
You just said you don't want to be a truck driver. I don't know if this guy thinks he should earn the same money that a truck driver does. It seems like he does.
I think he's just
confused.
retarded. Who is he? Let me see.
You can't see. YouTube really doesn't show an avatar or anything like that.
Oh, he doesn't have an avatar?
Yeah.
Let me see his last name. I might recognize. Has he ever commented before?
Not really.
I don't know. I think these guys I honestly just feel sorry for them. They just don't get it.
Yeah.
They just don't get it. Oh, someone else says she's watching the US Open too.
Oh, we got a super chat here.
Oh,
I wish that I could. Adriana, are you able to display super chats like on the YouTube? If you go to the YouTube screen, the deck, and if you go to like audience activity, do you see that? I think you could put I don't know if you can put the super chats on the screen.
I don't see any option here.
Okay. Kuba Novak says, get David Patrick Harry on, Church of the Eternal Logos. Bummy. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Sam.
Get who on?
Sent us $4.99. All right.
Oh, wow. Get who
Then
on?
someone else said, get Based Novak on.
Oh, my gosh. That's my dream. His wife follows me on Instagram, and sometimes I just think about messaging.
Novak is the GOAT. Also, guys, listen, my friend sent me the Nashville Scene, that little magazine.
Yeah.
She sent me, they're doing like their Nashville best
I
of.
saw that.
Okay, yeah. So guys, go to Nashville Scene, their website. I don't know, it's probably like thenashvillescene.com. You can vote for us as Nashville's best podcast. You can write in, I'm doing great. You don't have to put your real name and an email, but you have to fill it out. So put some fucking fake email in there. Use the zip code 37207. That's a Nashville zip code. Go ahead and do that. Are you going to vote for us right now?
I should.
I've gotten like 5 people that have voted for us. Gamma Boy sent us a super chat. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
At one point, when we get this live stuff really going well, maybe we'll do like OBS, Adriana, and we'll actually have like sound effects and stuff, and we can put stuff like down there, like when it pops up. Gamma Boy says, love you guys. Fleck us on when?
Oh, it's a good question. I was talking to him today.
Earlier, yeah.
But Fleckus is he's notoriously difficult to convince to travel. In other words, he doesn't love to travel unless it's something that he's like really, really wants to go to.
Okay.
So we just got to convince him to get out here. There's got to be some other reasons for him to come out here.
Yeah, right? Well, does he know where we are, or do we know where he is? Are we allowed to say where he is or no? You know where he is,
I know
right?
where he is. I won't say, just in
Okay.
case I mean, he probably doesn't mind, but just in case. He knows where we are. He's definitely keen to come on. He would love to come on. Fleckus would be a great guest because we can talk about Tyrese.
Yeah. He'd get instantly triggered if he walked in here. Someone wants to know if you would ever do a stream without makeup.
Me?
Yeah.
I could do a stream without makeup.
Yeah, but what's the point,
why?
guys? Listen, this is a respect thing that she's displaying, that Gina's displaying. She wants to look nice for you guys. A little bit of makeup, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I get why. Is it a woman or a man? Because if it's a woman, I totally get like why.
Catholic pog, a dude.
Okay. Oh, okay. Because they're probably saying like it's better, like it's empowering for women to see other women without makeup on. But like I honestly think that like if you go out into public and if you're going to be in front of people, put a little makeup on.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it doesn't
look presentable.
Look presentable. It doesn't have to be like full glam, but I think it shows some self-respect.
Cha-ching. New Marquez. Thanks, New Marquez. I like you guys. You are cool. God bless. $5, New Marquez.
We
Wow.
love you. Thank you. God bless you.
Listen, Catholic Pog, I'm not falling into this trap. You don't think Gina looks nice without makeup? First of all, I'm sure she does.
Lol.
Second of all,
you
I
can
don't think I've
see-
ever seen you without makeup.
You can see me without makeup all the time on my Instagram. Like if I'm training or if I'm talking in the morning.
Gina, I thought you were going on Tim Dillon's show. Oh, you are?
Am I?
I don't know. That's what this guy
Oh, they
said.
mean Tim Pool.
Oh, Tim Pool.
I am going on Tim Pool, where it's probably going to be in October. It's just a matter of finding the right
Future
date.
guest, Sean Ryan, probably. We just gotta get a hold of him.
That's the one. I was thinking of someone else locally.
I can't wait to talk to Sean Ryan because Sean Ryan uploaded a 6-hour podcast episode the other day.
Dude.
I don't know how he does those, but the thing has like 200,000 views already. It gets insane.
He's one of the few podcasters who can do really long episodes and people actually watch them.
Destiny was on No Jumper. He was on the No Jumper podcast. It was a real
Jumper.
well thought out. The host, upon first glance, he's got tattoos on his face. He's like, oh, this guy's probably an idiot. Very well spoken. Tends to be on the left. He even admitted so. And his podcast is not political at all. It's more culture, but I listened to about an hour of it. And Destiny, hey, you did a great job, Destiny. We should have Destiny back.
Yeah.
I was thinking we should have Destiny on a live stream, maybe with Fick.
With Fick?
Yeah.
That would be fun. What would the
They
topic
do
be?
hangouts all the time in person, so maybe they should, hang out on the show and we could present topics to them.
That would be so fun.
We can moderate it, yeah.
That would be very fun. What would we want to talk to them about?
I don't know.
How does Destiny feel about pit bulls? Did you ask him when he was on?
I don't think so. I don't think he has necessarily a problem with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I find it so interesting he has an 11-year-old kid. I would never
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't even look like, how old is he?
Probably
Is
a
he
little
like
younger than me. He was born in
mid-30s?
88, I think.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
like 34.
Yeah, mid-30s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I've never heard of the No Jumper podcast.
No Jumper is a bizarre degenerate podcast. David the Gnome, from the little I've seen. Yeah, it can be, but there could be little parts of it that are okay. I mean, I tend not to fall into too much
So
degeneracy.
the neck tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that. 4.5 million subs. Damn.
Yeah, right. He's got a lot of subs. I'm a
So-
man of the church now, so
Oh, how did that go on Sunday? You were telling me a little bit at your daughter's
gone
birthday.
back to the church.
How was it?
It was good. I was just talking about to you when you came over for some birthday fun. Just talking about now how I don't know. I think I was telling you the last time I was in a church was maybe 4 years ago for my niece's christening.
Right.
Before that, maybe 20 years, right? So like not even a
Wow.
regular mass. So things have changed. You used to say the priest would often say, and the Lord be with you, and you would respond, and also with you. But now it's some weird thing like, and with your spirit. And that was the first thing that kind of, I don't like that. I don't know about
what
that.
would even be the purpose of saying that?
I don't know.
Of changing
I
that,
don't know.
I mean.
The Vatican get together and do that. It's one of the reasons why I might be a sedevacantist.
I find that to be very
I
fascinating.
find it to be really, really, really interesting.
Yeah, I would love to
because
learn
here's
more
the thing.
about that.
Here's the thing. The Pope, as the Pope, and his knowledge of doctrine and scripture, that's where the infallibility lies, right?
Right.
The Pope, being a sort of social justice warrior Marxist, I can't really disregard one and accept the other. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't want some sort of Marxist Pope. I really don't. So does that delegitimize, his teaching on scripture, on his teaching on doctrine?
I asked that a lot.
To me, it might.
I asked that a lot about the current Pope, and I haven't really heard many or any decent
He's a big
answers.
climate alarmist. He's on the social issues. He's pretty left on abortion. I think he's made some. Well, the church as it stands is against abortion, but there's like a but every now and then. However, and then I looked into. So anyway, church was great. We had to put the baby in the nursery for a little bit just because she started to get really. What's a good word? Active, yeah, and not in a very proactive way. So we took her to the nursery, came back, heard the homily, and then took communion, and then went back, picked her up, and it was nice.
During the homily, did he speak on any current cultural issues? Like talk about anything going on culturally in the country and society?
No, not really. There were some pray for Ukraine pamphlets in the church, which I was kind of like, eh. What's great about Protestant denominations is that you get a good what do they call it? Sermon, I guess you can call it. Yeah, that's entertaining. The problem with I feel like Protestant sermons are, especially with the younger preachers and stuff like that, is they go more of this kind of new age, feel-good, self-help, prosperity gospel kind of thing, where it's not really focused on history
or the Bible.
Scripture, right, or the Bible, right? So in a Catholic mass, there's a reading from the gospel, and then once the homily starts, the priest will sort of have like a little 10-minute sermon based upon on the reading. And he went into some weird thing about, he tied football into it. He said, I'm a diehard Atlanta Braves fan, and I can't really stand all these bandwagon. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Baseball. Yeah. I don't really like all these bandwagon people that'll jump on, the team that I love just because they're doing well. He's like, you got to think about Jesus and the apostles. Like there were some apostles who doubted him, that weren't with him the whole time, but there were some that were with him the whole time. And that's what we have to be. We have to root for our team even when they're doing poorly. And I was like, okay, this is kind of like a new agey self-help kind of thing, which is why I'm going to do more research into where they have a good Latin mass in the area.
Yeah. And
then even maybe go to an Orthodox service just to see, because like Shia was saying, there was this feeling, there's this feeling of reverence, and there was this feeling of not being sold a car. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I felt a couple of sensations during the Our Father, and just being in that building and feeling somewhat connected again, but it wasn't whole. Like I still feel like there was something missing. So I still feel like I should check out a Latin mass just to get back to the absolute reverence of it, because in a Latin mass they don't face the congregation.
Right.
So just something that I'm exploring.
Yeah.
And everyone's telling me to become Orthodox. I get that. So
yeah, I want to go to that Orthodox church and check it out too.
Bryson says, are you just testing out churches? No, my guy, I don't test out. Been Catholic. Testing out churches is kind of weird.
Well, you should test out
Destiny
churches.
said like window shopping. You don't want to necessarily go window shopping. I'm going to stay Catholic, or I'm going to, go Orthodox at some point, but I'm not going to go to a Baptist church. I'm not going to go to a
but you're
Unitarian or Episcopalian.
You're still testing Catholic churches.
Right. Like I went to the church I went to was in Brentwood, and I might go to one that's in downtown Nashville. They're all Catholic though. They're all Roman Catholic churches. I just want to find one that's a better fit, because I went to this one and there's like a cello and a guy strapping on a guitar and a clarinet, and I'm like, I can't do that.
My biggest thing is at this point, whether it's a pastor or a priest, if they're not talking about the social issues that are happening right now, mm-hmm. and relating it back to the gospel, it's almost like a waste of time. Like I think it's at this point you have to have a pastor or a priest who can teach the Bible and also help you tie the Bible and the gospel back to what's going on socially.
So a Protestant service, is it mostly just singing and the sermon?
Well, there's a lot of Protestant denominations. It
right,
depends.
But for the most part, like Dr. Easley, it's sermon and singing. That's it, right?
Well, at Dr. Easley's, so he has a Bible church. The service is usually music, mm-hmm. and then they'll have like a little children's group at the front for like 5 to 7 minutes.
Right.
And then they'll have the sermon.
Okay.
And then at the end, sometimes you'll do communion.
The distinction with Catholics is that it's sacramental. You know what I mean? You go there to be a witness to
Well, yeah, because that's
sacrament.
the difference between, that's really the core of the difference between Protestant and Catholics are the sacraments.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just find that more magnetizing. I'm more drawn to that than I am to listening to a sermon.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. It's just for me, like, I totally respect the sacraments in many ways. I like the sacraments. When we were in DC, we found a pretty decent Catholic church that we were going to. But like I said, if the pastor or the priest is not teaching the Bible and teaching you to understand the history of the Bible and then helping you integrate biblical teachings into your life and what's going on socially, it's almost like, what's the point really?
Right.
That to me is much more important.
I'm not saying that every sermon should be a historical lesson on a specific, 3 verses or something like that.
I think there should absolutely be history. Every time you're teaching the Bible.
As part of the sermon?
I think every time you're teaching the Bible, I think you need to give a specific historical context.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's what Dr. Easley does really well. So his whole thing is like, don't let the world teach you theology. And he's very anti-prosperity gospel, the whole self-help thing. And he's so knowledgeable about the Bible and the history of the Bible. So anytime he teaches you, whether it's an excerpt from Proverbs or he's teaching something from Philippians, he gives you the historical context and he teaches you about like the Hebrew origins of the exact words that he's using.
Right.
And so it really helps you understand what the actual context is, and he doesn't do the whole.
The one thing that I find
love.
interesting, and listen, I'm very ignorant when it comes to this, just because I coming back to it, even though going to a Catholic high school and learning all about this stuff. But what we talked about was just how weird it is that Protestants, they don't. There's no saint. There's no what do they call it?
There's no sainthood.
There's no
intercession
to saints and stuff like that. And I find that very interesting because when you look into the stories, the history about all these different saints, Padre Pio, St. Francis of Assisi, there was a really good story of a saint who was, what do they call him? Did he get his sainthood? I don't know when, but he was alive during World War II and he was in Auschwitz. And he was a very rambunctious child, right? So his mother said, we don't know what we're going to do with you. You got to think about this, and you got to really figure out what we're going to do with you because we might send you away. So he was in his room, and he was really thinking about what he was going to do. So the Virgin Mary appeared to him, and she says, you have two options, a vow of chastity or a vow of martyrdom. So he reached out and grabbed both of them. So what he ended up doing is he became a priest, and he was sent to Auschwitz during the Second World War, and a bunch of prisoners tried to escape, and in order to deter people from escaping, they would line up a group of random prisoners, and they would pick people at random to take a step forward. They would throw them into this box where they would starve people to death. So they're doing this one day, and the priest is one of the people who's lined up, and they pick this guy, and this guy starts crying. He says, I have a family. What about my wife? What about my kids? So this priest, I forget his name, you can look him up. This priest walks out past the guard dogs, past the other guards, and he goes right to the warden or whatever he was called. And he says, I'll take that man's place. And he says, what? What, are you crazy? Why would you do that? And he had, I can't remember what he said, but he said, no, I'll take his place.
Maximilian Kolbe?
Yes.
Polish Catholic priest.
Yes, yeah.
And Franciscan friar.
Yeah, so he went into those boxes with a group of people. I think 12 days later, he was the only person who was left alive. So they shot him with some deadly chemical, and he died right there. And that is why I like intercession to saints. You have people who are like you and me, but who have either had miracles done to them or have performed miracles, or who are just totally devoted to God and to Christ. And I think that's really important. I just personally, like I said, I'm not speaking to it as best as I probably could if I was a little bit more learned on the subject.
He was only 47 when he died. Yeah, but I really
Maximilian Kolbe is a really great story.
I want to go to that. What's the name of that Orthodox church in Franklin? Let's see what
Maximilian.
Saint Ignatius. I would like to try that one too. What are Coptic?
Coptic is Google it real quick and let me see if I'm right. So just do Coptic Christians. I believe that they come from Egypt or are in that region.
Yes, an Oriental Orthodox Christian church based in Egypt, servicing Africa and the Middle East.
Right. So there are actually a bunch of Coptic.
It's a lot in Antioch.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a bunch of Coptic Christian churches out there.
Bryson's old landlord was Egyptian, so there are.
John D says, "Saints help show us the way to heaven through example and intercession." I saw someone great. I think IDG Memes made a spaces fake and gay or spaces gay meme.
Yeah.
And someone sent me a thing that says, "Make space heaven again." And I said, oh, I like that.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I still think it's so funny. Space is fake and gay.
I love it. Yeah. I was looking through, just to put another clip on YouTube, I was rewatching the Alex Epstein episode.
Yeah.
Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
He's great. We should have him on again.
He would come on again.
We should have him on with someone who's like a really big proponent of green energy.
That would be really fascinating because he loves doing debates. Not that it would necessarily have to be a debate, but he loves having conversations with the opposing side. That's like what he does. I'm a big fan of Alex. Super smart. I hope his book performed well because...
is Fernie talking to me? You got a long way to go, buddy. Yeah, I do. What makes someone a saint? Google, what makes someone a saint in the Catholic Church? I'm going to try to answer this offhand and see if any of the points. What makes someone a saint? I don't think necessarily miracles are required. I think martyrdom is probably a big part of...
So this is the first line that comes up. In religious...
Where are you getting it from?
I mean, this is like, it just
Wikipedia?
pops up.
Okay.
So you can say theconversation.com. It says, in religious belief, a saint is a person who is recognized as having an exceptional degree of holiness, likeness, or closeness to God.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, very fascinating stuff. But all those comments like, you got a long way to go.
I know.
They're not useful.
No, I know.
I think those things turn people away.
Yeah.
I really think so.
Listen, I'm not telling people how to talk, but when you have someone who's genuinely interested in the church or renewing his faith, I think messages like, we're right here with you. I think like those really get me.
Yeah, or like, I'm praying for you.
Yeah,
all the best.
That stuff means so much.
Yeah.
Rather than like, I had to get on, there was this dude who, because Nick had, in one of the shorts that we put up with Nick, either about how the church is becoming more liberal or the one about how the church is being infiltrated. Someone was just like really, really negative. Like, oh God, it's just, I replied to him, "Are you like this in person?" It's just very, very weird. I'm like, this is you're not helping anybody.
Like I'll get comments sometimes from Catholic people like, that's such a stupid Protestant thing to say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you realize that when you say things like that as Catholics, like it turns people away from being more interested in Catholicism. Right. It's like, I mean,
I'm so interested.
Not to say that Protestants don't ever, I mean, of course Protestants will say stupid stuff.
Evangelicals are,
Yeah, evangelicals will say terrible stuff to Catholics too. And it's the same thing to them. Like, you're not doing yourself, you're not being very evangelical. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing I've actually found, this is anecdotal, obviously. I have found that people who are Orthodox are the most kind and the most welcoming and the most warm whenever people are interested in Orthodoxy. I reached out to a couple people who are part of the Orthodox Church, and they're always really, really nice, and they're very encouraging, and they're willing to answer questions. I don't know, again, just anecdotal personal experience. I found that the most people I've encountered from Orthodoxy are very gracious, and they love that you're interested in the religion.
Oh, like Jay? Like, I mean, like the amount of knowledge that dude has is insane.
There's also a girl that I really like to follow. Her name's Robin. I don't even know her last name actually. But she's got a pretty good presence on Twitter and Instagram, and she and her husband converted to Orthodoxy not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, I got some questions. She was like, I love getting questions like this.
You know why it's interesting? Because it's not it's not a fad. Being Orthodox isn't like quote unquote cool, even though I think it is.
I don't think any sect of Christianity is a fad though.
Maybe I missed that. Like
Christians are the most persecuted religion in the world. Right now, it's actually countercultural to be openly Christian in the United States.
Yeah, but I think there's... When I say like a fad, I mean like preachers in sneakers kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool. Elevation Church, has these mega churches and like, what what I'm saying? Like Hillsong, like that's kind of like cool and hip.
It's not.
But it's not.
I get what you're saying. They're not trying to be cool in the same way that other
I might get a lot of flack for saying this, but I think Shia LaBeouf converting is having a real cultural moment with regards to Catholicism now.
I said the same thing when we were talking about him last time. That cultural, people underestimate what a huge cultural moment that is. Yeah. Just like when Chris Pratt got on stage, accepted an award, and said, "God is real and God loves you."
Then walks it back months later.
Does he?
Yeah, he walked it back.
What did he say?
He's like, "Oh, I'm not Christian. I'm spiritual." Look it up. That's what he said.
Oh, how gay.
That's what Chris Pratt said. Look, Chris Pratt apologizes like not Christian. Like say something like that. Like that's what will come up.
Apologizes, not Christian.
I think Bryson's fighting in our live.
With who?
In the chat. I don't know, with maybe multiple people.
I am not a religious person.
Oh, yeah. That's what he said, right? Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Who's Bryson fighting with?
I don't know.
What's up, B?
Call him real quick. Get him on the speakerphone and see what he's going on. But let's not keep Bryson for longer than 5 minutes because we know how, he can go on and on about it. Stop falling for these celebrity Christians. Jeez.
Hello. What's up? What are you doing? Are you fighting with people in the comments?
Oh, I'm just having fun. Y'all comment section.
Who are you talking to? What are they saying?
Honestly, a lot of these Orthodox people and a lot of Catholic people don't know their own history as much as they should, so they get a little bit confused about how the Bible works and how it was compiled, how it was canonized over the course of multiple.
Well, Bryson, hold on. You did have a small slip up where we got the Johns confused.
Just possible where the Johns confused. Because the way we was talking.
Oh, okay.
So I think We should have Bryson on again just to talk about history and the canonization of the Bible, because I think Bryson has a lot that he can say. So, okay, Bryson, here's a question. What do you think is like, what's one of the top things that I guess both Catholics and Orthodoxy, how do you say that in a noun? Orthodox Christians.
Just say Orthodox.
Orthodox Christians. What do you think they get wrong? What's like one of the top things that they get wrong?
I know a little bit more about Catholicism, but Catholicism saying that by their doctrine, they believe the Pope has a perfect interpretation of Scripture, and they believe that salvation is in the church. And a lot of them don't like saying that. Mormons believe the same thing, and if you ask them, they have a hard time admitting the truth. But that's exactly what they believe, that salvation is in the Catholic Church. Also, they believe that the church, they believe Peter was the first pope. But if you talk to a lot of these people, they act like they don't like Jews, even though Peter was a Jew. And they believe that he was the first pope, which the Bible doesn't say anything about that specific church. They just interject that it was the Catholic Church that Peter that Jesus built with Peter, and I just think that's very interesting. So it's not about Rome. It's about, like, a perfect example. If you talk to a Catholic, they usually call Protestants solo scriptura, which means you're scripture only. Catholics believe that tradition is just important as scripture. I think that is delusional, since every single Roman was a pagan when Jesus was alive, and Jesus already had a Bible. And then they say that the Bible was compiled by the Catholic Church, or if you're Orthodox, they'll say the Bible was compiled by the Orthodox Church. The New Testament was canonized by the Orthodox Church or the Catholic Church, however y'all want to put it. And when it was canonized, it was scriptures that already existed, and they were just choosing which belonged in the New Testament canon, because the Tanakh already existed. It was already canonized, and nobody even knows when it was canonized because it was so freaking old. So, there's a lot, but a lot of Catholics and Orthodox people are based. I actually think Orthodox people are more based than Catholics, but
I agree with that. Yeah.
Well, it just depends. State of a contest, so probably just as
no,
based
I think
as
like
Orthodox.
what he means, like statistically Catholics are way more liberal,
Oh,
and I
okay.
think statistically people who are Orthodox are not.
Well, this
So
is
I
what
get
I have. This is what I have a problem with. Someone said, all you need to be saved is to believe in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Well, that's actually okay. So I don't know.
I
if
feel
you
like
heard
that's
that.
a cope, though.
No, okay. No, I think this is what Bryson is saying, is that so Catholics believe that salvation exists in the church. And so Bryson, someone just commented and said, all you need for salvation is the recognition and believing that Jesus is the Son of God who came to earth to atone for all the sins of mankind. What are you laughing at? What are you saying?
Protestants are so, oh my goodness. People take one verse that Paul said and think that's all that's required. Jesus also said, unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes or Pharisees, you shall in no case enter the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Jesus also said, unless you're born of the water and spirit, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. There's multiple requirements. That isn't the only requirement. It's just one of the requirements. But people don't read the Bible for themselves.
Right. And it goes back to what he's saying, is that none of these requirements exist within the church.
Well, they
or
asked
related to the
Jay that.
sacraments of the church.
Once saved, always saved. OSAS. Once saved, always
Yeah,
saved.
but that's like, yeah.
And he was like, no.
I don't think many people believe that. Go ahead, Bryson.
I'm going to say the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verses 4 through 6, debunks once saved, always saved with complete and utter, like, no effort needed.
I don't think many Protestants believe that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Bryson.
A lot do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
This is where the panel would come in handy.
Yeah, we are doing that.
Listen,
Should we look for a venue?
Yeah, there's so much to learn. Okay, because I not only do I have the Bible open, which every now and then when I get a chance, when I'm not busy doing something, I'll read a couple passages. But I've also got Thomas Aquinas's Summa, which is his greatest work of theology, his greatest theological work. I kind of have a companion to it. It's kind of like understanding the Summa. Mm-hmm. I've got that, and I'm still working my way through Mere Christianity. So it's just a lot of stuff. Like this show has helped me, find religion again, and especially find my way back to Christ, which is very interesting. So, that guy's question, like, aren't you guys a Christian podcast? Kind of, but not kind of.
Yeah,
I mean, like if we talked about theology all the time, then of course we would be a Christian podcast.
Yeah.
But we don't.
We're also not a Christian podcast in the sense that, like, we're not here to educate you on Christian theology.
No.
We're encouraging you to be educated on Christian theology.
I am nowhere near like a high school,
we're
like a
both
Catholic high
learning.
school juniors level of knowledge.
We're definitely.
I gotta work my way back to that.
We're both. I mean, I think I can say it for both. We're both Christians, but we're not a Christian podcast in the sense that like our content is about providing you with education on Christian theology.
Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in again. If you're watching now, you're watching us on the road to 20,000. Adriano, you could do it too. Can you check how many followers we're at, or how many subs we're at right now? Or Adriano can. He can just open a new tab with the YouTube Studio.
Yeah, he can open that
thing.
because
Hopefully
right now
it won't
mine
end
just
the
says
live.
19.9.
Okay, 19.9.
But I don't know.
Let's go. You guys are welcome to send in super chats. Ask us anything that you want. It will be read. Once we get down with the live YouTube game, we will be able to put super chats on the screen. I think that's just a different software program that we have to learn how to run.
So can I read to you some of Jennifer Lawrence's quotes in Vogue about just political stuff?
Yeah, I told Carly sent me the story about that.
62 more subs.
Oh, so we're at 19,948.
Yes.
38. Okay.
Oh, I
Ooh,
said 42.
you did say 48. Sorry. So we need 62 more. I would love to do this thing where we just go until we hit the 20K. If you're watching this and you don't subscribe, what are you doing? Subscribe, please.
Sub it. Hit it.
Yeah. Yeah, Gina, you should go live as we're live on your Instagram and just tell people to subscribe to us. 'Cause
Really?
I'm sure a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people go live on their Instagram as well.
How do I put the link in the comments?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. So when Gina's getting ready, she's going to talk about Jennifer Lawrence and her family driving her nuts because they watch Tucker Carlson and how
She says
politics
she has
is violent.
nightmares about Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
She has nightmares about Tucker Carlson. How can you have a nightmare about the most jolly guy on the planet?
Damn, Bryson, $49.99 for support. Thank you, Bryson. We really appreciate that.
Oh, Bryson.
Bryson is going to be in the audience of our panel yelling. No, incorrect. Unbased.
Should we have him on the panel?
I think so, just to make it a little bit more lively, right?
That's actually a good idea. And
Guys in the chat, should we have Bryson on the panel? They'd be like, no, yes, Bryson's based. No, he's wrong.
that we should have him on. It would be
Okay,
nice.
so Bryson from the Hebrew,
well,
what
he
is
doesn't,
he?
he
Not a
doesn't call
Mennonite.
himself a Messianic Jew.
a Messianic Jew, but he's a Christian, right?
He's
but
a
you
Christian.
you would have to represent a denomination in order to be on the panel.
Well, not necessarily.
I think
mean,
so. I
maybe.
think so, because then we would just have, 3 Presbyterians on. So we got a Catholic, a Presbyterian, or not a Presbyterian, a Protestant.
Right.
Catholic, a Protestant, an Orthodox, and then
Orthodox.
Bryson.
An Orthodox, but I'm still confused about the terminology. Like, if I'm saying someone is a Catholic, am I
Yeah.
also saying they're an Orthodox?
No.
So they're an Orthodox
So
Christian.
basically, an Orthodox Christian. So
So it's not
what
an
happened? There was like some schism. There was a split between the Roman Catholic Church.
No, I
and
know. I'm just saying the terminology.
Oh yeah, Catholic is different from Orthodox.
No.
What are you
No,
saying?
I'm saying that it's like if I want to say this group, they're all Catholics.
Yeah.
I
Or
wouldn't
them,
say,
they're Orthodox.
I wouldn't say they're all Orthodoxes.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, you don't pluralize it. You
Yeah,
just
so
say,
I would say they're Orthodox Christians.
correct, or just
Okay.
Orthodox.
Or they're Orthodox.
Obviously, they're Orthodox Jews, but we're not talking about Jews, so you
Right,
could just say Orthodox.
So Orthodox Christians.
Yes,
okay.
correct.
So you wouldn't say like that person's an Orthodox. They're an Orthodox Christian.
Okay, Bryson says he's a Nazarene. That's what the earliest Christians were called.
Okay, well, okay, there you go. So we have a
Okay.
Nazarene, we have a Protestant, we have an Orthodox Christian,
And then a Roman Catholic.
and we have a Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
I think that's a good panel.
That'd be fun, right?
Yeah, and then
Let's look for a venue. We could do that now, and we could have it. We should have it around Christmas time, right? We can have it around Christmas. That's still like 3 months away, so it's plenty of prep. That'd be cool.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's fun.
All
Would you guys
cozy.
want to see that?
Should we do it at the a pretty good venue is where we had my event in May.
Yes, yeah.
That's a good
I
spot.
like that place.
It's a cool
'cause
place.
I think actual churches do have services there, like smaller churches have services
Because
there.
it's like because my event didn't have that many people. It had less than
still
50
Did it?
or around 50.
I think what would we do? Would we cap? No, it can easily fit 200 people there, and I
Easily.
think
It can-
200 people would come.
You think?
Well, Dr. Easley alone, Jay Dyer alone.
yeah,
Jay
that's
Dyer
right.
has
Jay-
had over
Jay
100
alone.
people at his events, his last 2 events.
And Dr. Easley is like a fairly big name in the world of.
Yeah, and Bryson alone, I think too, could draw some people.
I think they said when we were planning our
What
event.
was the max there?
I think they said 100, 150 or something, but maybe because it's like the
Hey,
COVID
we'll do
guidelines.
that, and we'll get some people standing. I think that would be great. John Doyle needs to be present. John Doyle can come, but I already asked him to be on the panel for the Catholics. But he had said that he knows someone who is a lot more knowledgeable than himself. And so he has directed me to that person, and I've been speaking to that person, and that person will be.
It's a shame that we could invite Fick, but then it would turn into like, the whole
it would
thing
become
would
more
get,
of like a thing.
We would get.
Yeah,
it
I
would
want
be a
people to
thing.
pay attention to. You know what I mean? I don't
It would
want
be a
anyone to be
thing.
distracted by anyone. We
But
love you, Nick.
I would like to get Fick back.
Someone said in one of Nick's shorts, they were like, "What a freaking grifter! The dude makes up lies. He was never on a no-fly list. He blah blah." And people were like, "Yeah, sure, he's grifting so he can be on a no-fly list. Have the way he banks taken away from him. Get kicked off of every social media platform. Yeah, he's grifting."
Dude, I watched his live stream a week ago now, and he was telling us even more about how no bank will take his money.
No, exactly.
No bank
And
will
what
take
I
his
said
money.
was, they were like, the guy was like, "I need proof," and I was like, "Here's proof." When we booked Nick on our show the first time, at the time, for speaking events and even for booking him on our show, he was driving everywhere because he was on the no-fly list, which either he's lying and has a fear of flying, but he's saying, "I'm on the no-fly list," or he's really on the no-fly list, because guess what? If someone's paying for my flight to come somewhere and be a guest on something, of course I'm going to take that. Like,
Yeah.
why am I going to drive 8 hours instead?
I mean, the political
So
persecution
ridiculous.
is happening. He was explaining it's happening from both a public and a private level. So, right, the government seizes his funds, right? And then
Yeah.
the government puts him on a no-fly list. But now he can't book with like American Airlines. Now, like the airline has banned him, and now like Visa and MasterCard and PayPal and Venmo, he can't use any payment processing companies. And then he even like moving to Florida, he was saying on his live stream, he like met with this guy, like a vice president of a local bank, and they had a good conversation. He's like, "So can I store my money here?" And the guy was like, "I'll get back to you." And it was
Really?
basically a no. So he has nowhere to put his money.
Jeez.
It's crazy. I mean, it's really like the level
you go
of
live yet?
the level of political persecution when it comes to Fick Nuentes is just out of control. So let me get the link.
Go
first.
live, and then we'll talk about Jennifer Lawrence and her
I'm
nightmares.
doing-
And while you're looking at that, I did have a nightmare of that. I went to a Orthodox service, and the priest was a demon who grabbed my wife's butt. And I was talking about that in the IDG men's group. And Bummy, my buddy Sam, who's Orthodox, I was saying, "Yeah, I guess this is a sign that I shouldn't, I'm not meant to be Orthodox." And he's like, No. He was saying something along the lines of, that's the devil trying to dissuade you from joining the Orthodox Church. He's like, "You're meant to be Orthodox." And that dream was telling you, but the devil was trying to dissuade you.
Interesting.
And I said, "Ooh, interesting."
That's true. Satan does.
Speaking of Satan, there's a great movie with Anthony Hopkins called The Rite. If you guys haven't seen that, if you're into demonic possessions and exorcism movies, it's a good movie. We watched.
We're
it again
now
last night.
live. Hello,
Yeah.
Instagram. We're live.
Put it on your laptop so you don't have to hold it.
We're live on both YouTube and Instagram. I'm going to drop in the link to our YouTube called
Yeah.
I'm Doing Great. We
Right.
are 662.
Yeah.
We are 62 subs away from our goal of 20,000. So guys, please click this link and
Click the link.
Just subscribe, be a friend and subscribe. And if you love our show, please share the show with people and tell people what a great show it is. Someone says hello from Las Vegas. Say hello, Mike.
Hey there, Las Vegas.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Guys, go subscribe to the I'm Doing Great podcast on YouTube. Just type in I'm Doing Great.
We only need 38 more subs, guys.
We only need 38 more subs?
I only need 38 more
I think
subs.
your live is going to push people over the 20,000.
We've got 106 people in my live right now. No Context IDG is here. What's up? Abel's here. What's up, man? Friend of the show. We'd love to have you on. Emily Stanwyck. Sup.
Hey, really?
The doula.
I know who Emily is.
No, I was just saying the doula.
Do you know what? I guess that famous pastor of some church stepped down for having DMs similar to like how Emily and I DM each other. Emily will like send me a meme and be like, "Look at this shit." And then I'll be like, "Yeah, that's crazy. Check out this." And then this pastor, I guess, stepped down from his church. It was some like big church because he was having like familiar conversations that weren't sexual, weren't romantic, but like friendly conversations with, I guess, someone.
Minors?
No, with a woman, with a grown woman.
Oh.
But he was like, "Yeah, I told my wife about it, but then I had to tell the elders because it didn't feel right." Like, and I'm stepping down from the church. Like, what? Dude,
There had to be something else
these
going
Protestants
on
are weird.
there. There had to
It's
be
like
something else going on
don't be friendly with grown women in your DMs. That's what it is.
Okay.
Which is kind of like, if you're a grown man and you're married, like, yeah, there's a point, but like, Emily's been on our show.
Yeah, I would never like, be friendly with a guy I don't know and doesn't know my husband. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
That is weird.
It's kind of weird.
So we're what, 38 away? 38, 32 away, something like that. So subscribe. I'll put the link in here one more time. Want to talk about Jennifer Lawrence? I'll read you.
Hey,
some of the
Emily, have
things.
you ever heard of a death doula? Okay, go on.
Hey, Emily, have you ever heard of a death doula? Where's Kai Clips? That's a really good question. Where's Kai Clips? You want to call Kai? Get him on.
Yeah,
a little
maybe
bit?
we'll get him on. Yeah, soon. But yeah, let's talk about Jennifer Lawrence
Okay,
before
I'm
we get
going to
sidetracked.
I'm going to read you some of the things that Jennifer Lawrence says. So I just want to set this up. And Jennifer Lawrence did an interview with Vogue. And I always say this, people are like, why do you care what celebrities say? Because one of the many reasons why the right keeps losing and does not understand how to win Gen Z is because they don't get culture. And celebrities like Jennifer Lawrence and all the influencers, they have a much bigger impact on the way that Gen Z thinks and the way that Gen Z votes than all the politicians in our country combined. So when you have articles like this or interviews like this where a major celebrity will come out and say huge political things, like it's important for us to pay attention because this is what shapes how people vote.
Yeah.
This is what shapes how people think about policy, about abortion, about borders, climate change, whatever. So Jennifer Lawrence is having nightmares about Tucker Carlson. I just think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
How can you have a nightmare? But he's so happy.
Maybe Jennifer Lawrence needs to be relevant again, and the only way by being relevant is talking about Tucker
talking about
Carlson,
Tucker
who's
Carlson?
always relevant.
So he is always relevant.
Right.
And that's why they hate him.
Yeah.
Because he gets more views than any other show.
This is great for Tucker, by the way.
This is great. Yeah. Free PR for Tucker. And so apparently Jennifer grew up in Kentucky in a Republican family, gasp. And she thought she was conservative until she saw an episode of 30 Rock.
Okay.
And Liz Lemon said something like, I'm not a crazy liberal. I just want people to have hybrid cars because they care about the environment. And then Jennifer Lawrence then said
oh man,
that
I'm liberal.
she realized that she's liberal because even though half of her paycheck is going to the government, it's for the greater good.
Oh, she's a commie.
So she's apparently a commie.
Cha-ching from Chris Yang. Y'all should get Ruslan on, I guess, due to Super Bass. Thanks, Chris.
You get who on?
Ruslan. I don't know who that is. Anyway.
We'll look him up. And so this is, okay. This is something that she says about J.D. Vance. You know J.D. Vance?
Yeah. I think is he running in Ohio, or did he won that primary, correct?
Yes, he won the primary. He's running in Ohio for Senate.
Hillbilly Elegy.
He wrote Hillbilly
it,
Elegy.
Yep.
This is what she has to say about J.D. Vance. Quote, he's not a hillbilly if he wrote a huge book. Rich twat. I mean, I'm a rich twat, but I'm not running for office pretending that I'm not.
Really?
That's what she said about J.D. Vance.
So she just disparaged a whole group of people, hillbillies.
Just listen to how low IQ this phrase is. He's not a hillbilly if he wrote a huge book.
Yeah.
What on earth are you talking about?
She's a moron.
Is
I don't
she
really have
okay?
anything. No, she's not. She's not.
What
This
on
is a
earth?
relevant thing.
Can you imagine? Does someone asked if Kai does tithing? Text him and ask.
If Kai does tithing?
If Kai does tithing.
God's strength. Cha-ching, $10. Why are six out of the 9 justices on the Supreme Court Catholic if they only make up 20% of the population? Oh, interesting.
Oh, I want to talk about representation.
Representation. Let's call Kai and see what Kai is up to.
I call him Baby Kai because he's so young. What's your favorite slur? Do you have a favorite slur, Mike?
Racial or ethnic?
That's a good question. Maybe just slur in general. They didn't specify.
Let me think on that.
Yeah, well, he'll think on that.
Call Kai Clips. We're calling Kai Clips.
Call him Baby Kai right now.
Hey, what's up?
Baby Kai, are you watching the live stream? We're on the road to 20,000 subs.
Yo, is that real?
That's real.
Let me tune in. I was just driving to the gym.
Kai was driving to the gym because he's ultra based.
What lift are you doing today, Kai?
It's a leg day, but I feel like so excited. I just took off like 5 days or like a week of taking beta-alanine, so like the bugs are crawling in my skin. I'm going to hit a squat PR. I'm going for 375. We're feeling great.
Wow, let's go.
Are you doing great, Kai?
Are you doing so
I
great?
am doing so great. You know, I'm quite the grateful citizen.
So listen, Elder Kai, do Mormons tithe?
Tithe? Absolutely. 10% of all our income, unless it's made through illegal activities or gambling.
I'll tell you what, Mormons, they're so darn friendly.
Yeah, what
So
is
true. So true.
Why are Mormons so friendly? What is it?
I think it's just the church, the gospel produces a good fruit. That's
And
what
here comes
Matthew
Bryson.
Beware false prophets, right? Beware false prophets. But what does the next verse say? But ye shall know them by their fruits. So I think anybody would be hard pressed to find that the LDS Church has produced a bad or bitter fruit.
Kai's always ready.
Kai, you're always ready.
You're always ready to go, dude.
I did a Kai impression with our episode with James Anderson White. I did a Kai impression.
You did. That's right.
Yeah.
Do the Kai impression now.
Well, you see, the Kai impression would be more something like this. You go a little bit deeper, then you go higher. That's what you do, because we're lifting today. We're actually doing 3/4 squats. Okay, guys?
I'm imagining your eyebrows moving up and down.
Were they?
They weren't moving that much.
I'll tell you what, Kai, are you going to buy any I'm Doing Great merch? Maybe you get a discount.
Yeah, he gets it. Well, he gets a guest. We should send him something for free.
Oh, well, listen. Also, here's the thing for people who are on our locals on your shift on the IDG Men's Club. There's going to be a discount that only you guys are able to get. We're not going to say it,
Yes.
obviously, because then anyone will be able to have access to
right.
it. But
That's right.
if you're on any of the locals, you'll see a discount code up there one day.
So, Kai, are you going to come here before you go to Cancun?
Before Cancun? Well, if you guys can get me out at the beginning of September, absolutely.
That's now.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
We'll talk, Kai.
We'll talk.
We will.
All right, listen. Have a blessed night and drink some milk.
Crush that PR, 375.
Always milk of different varieties, raw milk, breast milk, whatever fits your fancy. Everybody have a good one. Let's hit freaking 20K.
Adriana, where are we at? Where are we at in the count? Let's see before Kai leaves.
We have 69 people watching.
Well, it didn't change.
It didn't change. That's okay. Okay, Kai. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Kai. Bye.
Thanks, Kai. Bye. Who else do I have on the phone that we can call and be like, hey, we're on the road to 20,000. We need, this is like a PBS. They're like fielding calls for us so we can reach out.
We could call John, but he might say the N-word, so.
John won't.
He might call someone who will.
Should I call John Doyle?
Let's give Mr. Doyle a call.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Contacts.
See if he'll FaceTime you and then just show him Tyrone.
Oh, really? Should I do that?
Just
okay.
FaceTime him and show him Tyrone. Here, give me Tyrone so I
Wait,
can show
I don't
the
think
IG.
I don't think I have his. Oh, wait. Yeah, I do.
This is Tyrone or Tyrese. We can't really decide.
Wait, where the heck is it?
Tyrone, Tyrese, Tyler, Tyson.
How dare you? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So what do I FaceTime
he's
John?
He's not neutered. Spade, neutered. Yes, FaceTime him and see what happens. John Doyle. We're calling John Doyle now. Don't forget, guys, go to I'm Doing Great podcast on YouTube and subscribe. We only need 30 more subs to hit 20K. Here's the link.
He probably won't pick up. He's a busy guy.
He's screening your call.
You think so?
He's probably screening your call.
You should FaceTime him now too.
No, he's not going to answer me.
What about if I do this?
Show
I
him
the wiener.
show him his privates.
On the road to 20,000, John Doyle doesn't pick up. Let's see. We should call Fleckus.
Oh, let's call Fleckus.
Okay, let's call Fleckus. We'll
We're
call
gonna
Fleckus.
We love Fleckus.
We're just going through the phone here.
I wish I could be as cool as Fleckus.
Should we
one day.
FaceTime Fleckus?
Yeah, let's FaceTime Fleckus.
Okay, FaceTime.
And this will be the last one because then I want to go home and watch Curios.
Well, no,
play.
we have to stay. We have to stay.
So how do I do it?
We got to stay until we have 21,000 subs.
21. No, it changed to 21. Fleckus, come on.
You never know, though, because if they're on the East Coast, they're an hour ahead. It's almost 10 o'clock for these guys. Fleckus didn't pick up.
Pick up.
No, he won't. Let's see. We'll wait for it to go through the.
Dun-dum. Okay. Anyone
If not,
else?
I'll call Bieber.
Yeah. I'll call Bieber.
Oh.
Aww.
Let's see. Should I just randomly call people?
Who else?
Should I just randomly call people on my phone?
Who else is good to call? Who's been on the show? That's
should we
good to call?
Should we call Hannah, our intern that does our graphics?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Get her on.
Let's see. She's probably watching right now, so we'll call her. We won't put her face on. We don't want to put the ladies on FaceTime.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Put her on speaker. Let's see.
Someone says call David Hogg. Joseph says call David Hogg.
I wish we had David Hogg's number.
That's so funny. You know who we should call?
Hannah, you're on I'm Doing Great, the live
Hannah.
YouTube. Right now we're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. How you doing?
Oh, my goodness. Hello.
Hannah does our graphics, everybody. So every time you see a thumbnail on the YouTube or a story on Instagram, and she's contributed to one of the t-shirts that we're going to do.
That's right.
That's right. Thanks, Hannah.
We love you, Hannah.
And guess what? Sometimes I pay her more than, the guy that used to do it before.
Oh, look at that. Free market.
You know what I mean?
Free market.
Yeah. I love the last guy that did it, but Hannah's local too, so it's just why,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not local to Tennessee, but
I
she's
see.
local to the States and not too far away. Right, Hannah?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. She is an
of
American,
course,
yes.
So, Hannah, thank you for coming on the live show. We really appreciate this. She's a hardworking college kid. She's a really good graphic designer. And if I guess people could stalk her by like who we oh wait, no, we don't follow you on the Instagram. We don't want to out you, I guess. But if they look it through the followers, you gotta find Hannah now. Gotta find Hannah.
They could probably find me. I think you got a few Hannahs for followers, so they'll have to.
Hannah, are you single, Hannah? What we want to do is we want to invite you to the ball. Okay.
The gala, ID gala, ID gala.
Oh, the ID gala.
ID gala.
Yeah, the I'm doing gala.
Yeah, I'm single.
There you go.
Ooh.
Okay, Hannah, thanks for talking. Let's call a couple more random people on my phone and see if they pick up.
Let's call Sav Hernandez.
Good luck.
Okay, thanks, Hannah.
Thanks, Hannah. Bye-bye.
You do a great job. Bye.
Thank you. You're doing great.
Do you have Sav Hernandez or do you? Oh no, do I have Sav's number?
Maybe you don't have it.
No, maybe I do. Let's see. I don't.
But I think you do. I think she grew
Oh,
up
I do.
Texas.
I do. Okay, all right.
She might be at
call
the gym
Sav.
right now because she goes to the gym late.
She ain't at no gym. Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna
Sav
put the-
Hernandez. Get her on the time calling with Sav Hernandez. How many followers or how many subs are we left at, Adriano?
guys here
Has
on
there been a
Instagram.
change?
There's the link. Subscribe to our podcast. We're close to 20,000. Kachanov. Someone says, IDG memes, what's up, IDG memes? Tyree says, what's up? What's up? Look at that cute, sweet face.
People don't do this on lives where they just take a chance and see if people pick up. I understand probably. I also not looking. Do you have the YouTube up? I got to look at the comments because I don't have the YouTube up.
Oh.
Yeah,
here we go. Someone says, call Sav. Someone says, call Gavin. Is he in jail?
Should I call Sheryl Crow?
Should I call Ann Coulter?
You should call Ann Coulter. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
I've got Ann Coulter's number in my phone.
I have Stacey Dash. It's weird. I'm just trying to see who can I call who would be
Someone
kind
says
of
call
funny.
Jack Murphy. Call Milo. I have Milo's number.
Do you
He
really?
definitely won't answer though. No. Yeah, because I texted him and he never got back to me. Gavin McInnes. Someone says call Nick Fuentes.
Should we call? Oh no, he might be streaming. I think right now.
No, Fick doesn't stream at this time. He streams
No?
later. He usually starts at like 9 or 10.
Do we call Fick?
If not 10. Call Fick.
Okay, I actually have him in my phone as Fick.
Do you really?
Yeah, that's why sometimes when I'm going to text
Sometimes
Nick,
I miss him. I just miss him.
let's see. Let's give him a call.
Such a good kid. Call Sam Hyde. What did
We got to
Gavin
get Sam Hyde on the show.
Yeah,
and I know
Sam
people get it. We'll
Sam
get
Hyde
Sam.
will
We'll
come
get
on.
Sam Hyde on the show. Let's see.
$84.
All right.
All right.
Cool. How many
All
subs?
right, all right.
We have
Call Dr. Charlie. Someone says call Dr. Charlie.
No, well, I canceled on Dr. Charlie, so I can't call him.
Oh, Fick
don't
didn't pick up.
Fick didn't pick up. That's cool though.
Maybe he is streaming. Let me see.
He might be streaming.
Let's see.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
might-
he
he might be
doesn't
streaming.
stream this this early.
Okay, let me go back
Yeah,
to the
he's
YouTube
offline.
just to
He's not
see if anyone's chatting here.
Someone says call Allie Beth Stuckey.
Call Iron
Whoa.
Mike Tyson. Call Justin Bieber. I think he changes his number like every month. So, call John Doyle. We did. Savannah. Oh, Savannah is live right now. That's I guess why.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Call Dr. Oz.
Call Comet Ping Pong.
Nick is asleep. Nick probably is asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sleeps at very odd hours.
Okay. Let's see here.
Someone says Elijah Schaefer. I don't
Matthew
have his
Williamson,
number.
$5. Any thought on Gavin's FBI bit? Owen Benjamin had some thoughts. I have some thoughts too. I mean, I don't want to get too into them just because I don't know, but I don't know. Probably,
I don't know.
it's Gavin. So, maybe Gavin being Gavin. But
Call
thanks, Matt
Zelensky.
Williamson. Alhamdulillah, we will bankin, alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Someone says what happened on my live on Instagram. They say what happened to Gavin McInnes. He got
Gavin may have got, well, it's out on the internet already. Gavin,
Yeah,
I
call
think,
Amir.
got fake arrested.
no context. IDG also said Nick is probably napping. Lol, which he probably is.
Call Candace Owens. Guys, you can't call a mom
No.
with like 2 very little kids at like 9 o'clock. That's just not the right thing to do.
Especially on a weeknight. She's doing family time right now.
Someone says, call Yainomi Park.
Call Yunby Park.
That's funny. That's what we're doing. We're just on our phones looking at who we should get. But yeah, so listen, Jessica Chastain is an idiot. Oh no, wait, who is
Jennifer
that?
Lawrence, but they both are probably
idiots.
equally.
Jessica Chastain's awful.
I think she
like
might
the
be
more that I
worse.
looked. Okay, listen. Tell me what you think about this Olivia Wilde stuff that's going on in that movie now.
I'm like fascinated by it
Apparently,
because I
Timothy
can't stand
Chalamet
her.
spit on Chris Pine.
Harry Styles, but same thing.
Oh, interchangeable, I guess.
Interchangeable.
Well, one's an actual good actor.
So yeah, Timothy is talented.
Yeah, Timothy, super gay, very talented,
Shirtless blazer.
all the time, wears a dress every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But a talented actor.
Yes.
Oh, listen, guys, if you haven't done it, go watch. There's on Discovery Plus. There's a documentary on Armie Hammer and his family. It's absolutely fantastic. Armie Hammer's family history goes back to his great grandfather, literal being a funnel for the Communist Party of America. It's fantastic. It's really good. It gets into a little bit of his cannibalism, but the story of his super wealthy and degenerate family is really fantastic. So I suggest you do that. It's called House of Hammer on Discovery Plus.
Someone says call Andrew Gate.
Andrew who?
Andrew Gate.
Andrew Gate?
I don't know if they accidentally misspelled Tate or they're calling him gay.
Okay. Have you been seeing those Andrew Tate videos of like Andrew Tate dancing at a club or like Andrew Tate like
No.
at the ziplining gym where they
No.
just take some bald, effeminate dude from the back and film him and everyone's like, that's Andrew Tate.
No,
It's
I haven't
not.
seen that.
It's pretty funny. But
Call David
yeah.
Duke.
Call who?
David Duke.
David Duke? Okay, yeah.
I don't know why all these are funny to me. Call Shia LaBeouf.
That's actually pretty funny.
MAGA Hulk. Don't think they like Elijah anymore. No, why not? We just don't
Why
have.
would we
I
say
just
that?
don't have Elijah's number. They think that we don't like Elijah because we're not calling him.
Oh no. They're just certain people who I think would be kind of funny if they happen to pick up. I feel like Elijah would pick up.
He would.
Yeah.
Call Sneeko.
Oh, we don't have Sneeko. Sneeko, we should get Sneeko on the show. He's very
Ethan Ralph. J
Ethan Ralph.
Beebs.
J Beebs. I don't know. Sneeko would be. Imagine get Demi Lovato on the show.
I would like to have Demi Lovato.
I've photographed Demi Lovato
I think she's
back in 2015.
a really talented singer. I just
spent
think
2
she's
days.
not okay.
I
up
spent
here.
2 days on the road with her. I traveled with the band, but
What was she like?
she was
a
nice for 15 minutes.
Bitch.
Yeah, she was.
I know someone who
Not kind.
Yeah. I
She
always
was
hear
not
that about
kind.
her.
Michael Caine, not very kind.
Not very kind.
She's not very kind, Batman.
Not very kind.
Yeah. What I want to see one day
What I'd like to see.
is I'm having coffee outside on the Riviera, and I see you, Bruce, with a wife and kid, and then you look up at me and turn around, and then that's what I would like to see. I'm Michael Caine. It's a decent one.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Can you do the Batman voice now?
No.
Call Robbie Starbuck. No, he's also doing family time.
Yeah,
at
it's like
this time.
family stuff. Call
Yeah.
Steve. Gina, is Rob Smith a grifter?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. I honestly haven't looked at his content in a long time.
Oh, I know what's going to happen. This is my friend Cody, who his wife Lauren probably is going to be on the phone because we see that we're calling people. Hello.
Michael,
Yeah.
he's not live right now.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
live
we're
right
live,
now.
bruh.
I thought that Lauren was seeing that we were calling people and she wanted to be called, so instead you just called us.
No, Demi Lovato doesn't actually do
What's up, bro?
See? This is IDG's first fan.
Yeah.
Jaws is watching. What's up, Jaws?
That is 100% what happened. Michael.
Yeah, exactly.
Call Alex Stein. Do we have Alex's number? Call Alex.
Oh no! Oh wait, do we have Alex? Okay,
I
Lauren,
don't-
we love you. You're the first fan. Bye.
Thank you. You're great. You're doing great.
You're doing great. She's doing great. Do I have Alex
James
Stein's
Neal.
number? Oh, should we call Ty Fish?
Call Hillary Clinton.
Should we call Ty
don't know
Fish
why
to
these
do
are all making me laugh.
to do a I guess an impersonation of
All right,
somebody?
last call, then I'm going home.
Okay. Wait. Why do I have two of his
Guys,
numbers?
here on Instagram. Here's our podcast. Oops. Here's our page.
Adriana,
Please
where are we at?
subscribe.
We are at
You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna go to sleep and then we're gonna wake up and then we'll be at 20K.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think so.
we are around 40 subscribers away.
40 subs away?
Wait, so we lost some.
No, I lied
Oh.
That's okay.
just to make you guys.
Someone said that Stein guy is definitely on something. He's got a lot of energy.
He does.
He does have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, this will actually once this is finished, once this live is finished, we're also going to put it up on the on the podcast, the audio podcast, so you guys can listen to just us calling people on the audio podcast. Thank you guys very much. We're going to wake up to 20K. That's going to be fun. Are you okay?
Yeah. Someone says hello from Kazakhstan.
Cat, for real?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Do you have a window with the glass? He cannot afford. He can.
It's honestly such a good
Who
movie.
does Borat impressions anymore? I still think they're funny.
So 2007.
I think Borat impressions will always
Josh
be.
Lacash. I enjoy your podcast show with him. I'd say call me, but y'all don't have my number. Abel says. Call Colin Farrell. I don't know why these are funny to
I
me.
think
Okay.
Josh is about to fight with Owen Benjamin on a stream,
like,
on an episode.
like-
Not physically. I think they're gonna have they're gonna.
exchange words.
Yeah, I think Josh called him gay.
Oh, you guys should have Mario Lopez on. We should.
Yeah,
but he
Mario
wouldn't-
Lopez.
He wouldn't come on though. Not after what happened on Candace's show.
What happened?
He said that it's wrong for parents to push their kids into being trans, and then he had to backtrack and apologize.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I
Mario.
don't think he'll
Maybe
come on
he
our
can come
show.
on our show and we can ask him why he was such a pussy about that.
Because I remember when I was first signed on to do Candace's show and I met her, one of my friends was like, "You're gonna sit in the same seat as Mario Lopez," and we were laughing about it because that's pretty cool.
What's that question?
Call Brandon Tatum. What question?
The
Where?
question on your live. See in the question box? Yeah.
This?
No. That means you can add somebody to the chat, but the one next to it.
This?
Yeah.
Oh. If you both were to write a book and it was guaranteed to be read by everyone, what would you write?
Guaranteed to be read by everybody? That's a good question.
That is actually a good question. I would probably write a book about having worked in digital media.
Yeah.
I would write an expose about how women's digital media companies just completely fabricate so much content and lie to women about what it means to live a happy, healthy life. And they like sabotage you while they're living like perfectly happy, healthy
Right.
lives. But they tell you to be obese and they tell you to have abortions and not get married and have lots of promiscuous anal sex with random people.
They do that. They do that.
They do that.
Yeah.
They do that. And then I would include some personal anecdotes and stories
Yeah,
about how
that's a really good question.
I was an idiot liberal at one point, and then I'm not.
I would write about the story about my near-death experience. I would write about that. Oh. Yeah. Near death.
Would you tell the story? On
I
the
wasn't
show one day?
gone. Yeah, of course.
Let's do that.
Okay. We'll do it on our next solo one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. We'll do that. But
okay,
you
I'm
want
gonna
to
say-
leave, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Instagram
Bye,
Live.
thank you.
The YouTube guys, thanks for all your super chats. Thanks for all your fun back and forth. We really do appreciate that. Thank you to Bryson, who is fending off the swarms of people he is have been sworn to fight off, I guess, is in his own battle over his faith. We appreciate that, Bryson, obviously. Well, no, did you have an out-of-body experience about the near-death thing? No. Gina, did you have gauges? It's not what they're called. They're called stretched ears. Don't call them gauges.
Ouch.
Did you have stretched ears?
Fuck no.
Yeah, stretched ears are always a
They get
kind of
smelly.
like a destiny will be boiled. Ooh. Prank
Okay.
call Comet Ping Pong.
Curios and Kachanov are on serve for all. Thank
Okay,
you guys.
Is that it? Is that it? We'll log off the live?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, the next live will be a little bit more substantial, and we won't be worried about some number going up. But thank you to Tyrone for being here, as always.
Thank you,
Very well
Tyrese.
behaved, didn't take any bathroom breaks. And thank you, guys. Listen, IDG merch, it's going to launch soon. I'm telling you, it's very comfortable. It fits well. This is probably the sample. See, equality is a false god. It's a false god, equality is. And it's actually probably the best sample that I've gotten back so far. But it came all the way from Germany. The sample did, yeah. Tschüss. Yeah, auf Wiedersehen and Dankeschön very much. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye, bye, bye.
And the line and the freaking quality is a false god. I'm not wearing my gun. I can't because that's bad on the live. Are we off? Yeah. Okay.